Shalom, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Yahweh being who the world, ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai being who the world, ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So today, going back with a quick video, seeing that it have a little bad weather, I need a quick video on the inside. So today, topic, we want to talk about not eating blood and animal intestines, more like down here in Trinidad, they would eat like gizzard and pudding and liver and these kind of things, right? You will not see that the scriptures speak against these things, right? So this is the book of Acts 15 and verse 19. It says, Wherefore my sentence is that we trouble not them which from among the Gentiles are turned to the Most High, but that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols, and from fornication, and from things strangled, and from blood. Right, so saying that we teach them or tell them to abstain from these things, right? And one of the things there was things strangled and from blood, right? So you're not supposed to eat no animal that died of itself, or in other words, like we say, like if you have chickens, right? Or like say, like if you have sheep and you take a lamb and you choke it to death, and then you like cut it and make it bleed out and them kind of thing, right? You're not supposed to have ways that you would kill these animals before you eat them, right? As well as you're not supposed to eat no manner of blood, right? Read it on. For Moses of old time had in every city them that preach him, being read in the synagogues every Sabbath day. Go.
So this is Leviticus 17 and verse 12. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourn among you eat blood. Right, so no meat should be eaten with blood in it, right? Meaning like how we know Esau like meat medium rare meat, and they still see any blood in it, but they're saying this tasting good, right? We should not be eating anything that not cooked and cooked properly, right? Because nobody can put nothing on my plate and tell me this is how it's supposed to be, and I know to myself that, and you're seeing it have blood in it, I know that this isn't properly done, right? Because even as an Israelite, these things can't settle in the stomach like how they settle in the other nations and them stomach. Like they like to eat sushi and raw fish, all manner of raw meats, right? So that is why it's saying in verse 12 again, therefore I said unto the children of Israel, right? So this is a commandment to the children of Israel, not these other nations. That's why they could eat anything and it will agree with them, right? No soul of you shall eat blood, right? So you're not supposed to be eating nothing that ain't properly cooked. You're not supposed to be biting up chicken bone to get the marrow, the blood, which is the blood itself, right? Outside, right? This is forbidden by the Most High. Neither shall any stranger, meaning the other nations and them, right? We know sometimes you might have work going on and the company you hire, right? It might have people of the other nations in the company that come to do work, right? But so long as they're working by you and you pass and you see them eating something unclean, you have to let the person know you can't eat that in my place, right? Not because you want your work done, you're allowing people to do all manner of foolishness, all manner of sin in your dwelling place, right? Because the Most High speak against it. The Most High don't like these things. Neither shall any stranger that sojourn, meaning dwelling amongst, right? Sojourn among you eat blood. Right? So no pudding. A man can come and say to have breakfast, I have a piece of pudding here. I go in and take a little bite and come back here. And let you know, you gotta come out of my place for that. Right? So we go to Leviticus 7 and verse 27. Right? So this is Leviticus 7 and 27. Whatsoever soul be it that eat any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. This is how strict the Most High law is against eating blood, against eating meat uncooked. Right? As somebody that know the truth, you have to act on what it is we know. You can't just say, well, I read that in the Bible already, you know, but I don't want to make my mother feel bad, or I don't want to make my aunt feel bad because, she spent she money to buy the meeting or whatever it is. Just eat it now. And next time I go cook and I go do what? No. You're not eating that. Nobody can bring pudding and tell you to eat pudding. Pudding make out of blood. Right? Nobody can bring the intestine of an animal and give you and tell you this is what you have to eat. This is what we have for lunch today. Right? The Most High don't like these things. And we're supposed to be striving towards the things that the Most High is pleased with, not what man is pleased with. But all man like to be entertaining his things of the flesh, which is wickedness, which is sin, right?
Just before I go, right? As brother was talking about these other nations and the unclean foods and the things that they define themselves with, right? So two precepts I have here. This is 1 Peter 4 and verse 3. So it says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, reveling, banquetings, right, and abominable idolatries, right? So all these type of things, such as eating blood and eating organs of animals and things, right? These is what the other nations specialize in. They do this for sacrifice unto their gods and stuff, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 8, right? So it says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, right? So it didn't mean that the king was eating pork and things and this and that, it didn't really mean that too. It could also mean that the king is agenda, right? So the king's meat was probably bloody or this and that. The main purpose what we had to examine is Daniel didn't want to defile himself, right? Because what is something that is defiled, right? It's straight up in the law, the Levitical law you just read, right? Just continuing to finish up. Nor with the wine which he drank, right? And we know wine is lawful, but same thing, right? They defiled it, right? Therefore, he requests of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself, right? So he shouldn't be defiling himself, right? Going against the law on his side. So,
Yeah, the precept, right? This is Exodus 22 and verse 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn by beasts. In the field ye shall not slack here. Ye shall cast it to dogs. Right? So even when you're going hunting, right? As you see people as do on a daily basis, you can't send your dog to go and kill an animal, kill a deer, and then the dog bite it up, rip away half of it, and then you take the remain and say not to go and make a meal out of this. Right? But again, and ye shall be holy men unto me. Holy means set apart, not doing what the world doing, right? Because we can't be in sin and then telling yourself like these so-called Christians we save, or we on the path to being saved, right? Because we know these people and them saying they're saved and they're doing all manner of wickedness, all manner of sin, all manner of lewdness, right? Going against the law, statute and commandments. The Most High command we not to eat anything that die of itself, to not eat things that have blood in it, to not eat things that was torn apart by other creature, right, or other beast, right? We can't see we going to hunt. We can't be going to hunt or we using a dog to catch a deer or a clean animal, right? The dog bite it up, strangle it to death, and then he eating it and saying that well, there is a clean meat, you know, so I could eat it. We see in here that, and ye shall be holy men unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts. So a dog is a beast, right? It could be wherever it is an animal, kill our next animal that was clean, you cannot eat it, right? In the field ye shall cast it to dogs. So that you have to leave that animal for the beasts of the field to continue eating that. Right? We holy, we set apart. We shouldn't be doing what the other nations does do, right? Which is hunting with animals to catch an animal, then to eat it. Or if you're going fishing, right, you might catch a fish, but while pulling it in, a shark bites it, right? You can't eat that meat again. Right, so your brothers have a precept.
Well, so it's the book of Leviticus 3 and 15. And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. Right, meaning the intestines, right, the liver, these things, right, take it out, right, remove it. Not take it out, season it and cook it. Understand? We as holy men, right, we're not supposed to defile ourselves as the brother went into before, right, with Daniel, right? A precept to add to what you were saying there. This is Genesis 9 and verse 4. This is the book of Genesis 9 and verse 4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Right, so as the brother was going into like Esau, they would literally go to eat and ask for the meat to not be fully cooked, right? Seeing it red and bloody, right, and eat it, right? But the flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat, right? So therefore, we're not supposed to be eating no meat, right, with blood. One more. This is Leviticus 17 and verse 15. And every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country, or Salakian, or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. Right, so therefore, if you eat anything that die of itself, right, you would be unclean. Therefore, you don't want to defile yourself and be unclean. So you're not supposed to be eating anything that die of itself, or as the brother say, you're fishing and a shark bite off half of the fish and they pull it up still and eat it. You understand? You're not supposed to be getting down like that.
Right, so this is, you go to the book of Deuteronomy 14 and 21. Ye shall not eat anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is within thy gate. Right, so we read earlier on that you can't eat nothing with blood, not even a stranger, right? But here we see in that it say in verse 14, Deuteronomy 14 and 21, ye shall not eat anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto a stranger. So you could give a stranger something that die of itself. But that stranger can't eat blood in your dwelling. Right? But this is what the Mosai said. These things are unclean. Right? Something that die of itself. Like you see a deer, right, or a goat, which is clean to eat, right? Or let me say a cow, right? But for some odd reason that animal pass away, right? By like you whilst you're coming up to feed the animal, you see it dying, right? So it die on its own, right? Without you putting it to death. You could no longer eat or partake in eating of that animal. Right? But the Mosai say you could give it to strangers because these are not holy people. These are heathens. Right? These people and them, these other nations mean nothing to the Mosai. Right? So that's why we see here. You could give it to a stranger or you could sell it to them. Right? That is within thy gates, that he may eat it, but thou mayest sell it unto an alien, right? Strangers. These are who the scriptures call aliens, right? Meaning somebody not of Israel, not we people. They cannot sell our people things that is unclean. They cannot feed we people things that is unclean. Right? For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seeth a kid in his mother's milk. Right? So we cannot eat things that the Mosai said is unclean and then call yourself a holy people. Right? That is utter madness. We can't go hunting pig and say, "Not, you know what, I kill it, you know. I cut the throat for myself and I drain all the blood, think it has no blood in it, so this suppose." No, the Mosai say these animals unclean. Right? We could only eat what clean, and there is a way to do it also. Not because you have a deer, as the brother say, you go drown it in water, and when they done drown, yeah, well, you know, I can really put it to death like how we supposed to. So, you know, I end up drowning it in water. I tie a block around your neck and I throw him in the water. Right? That's not how you do this thing. You have a way to do things that the Mosai set for Israelites to do. These other nations, they could do it is the one to do it, but the law not given to them. But the law is given to the nation of Israel, and we have to follow the laws in order to make it into the kingdom of the Mosai. Right? You can bring out your precept.
So this is the book of Leviticus 17 and 24. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. So therefore, as brothers going into, right, we could give it unto alien, right, because them could be defiled, them not holy, right, but he telling us, right, that how Israel set apart and holy. We're not supposed to defile yourself in those things. So it says, defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled. So therefore, the nations do these things, right? Them just go out and ask for the meat, not cook well, right? Them just go out with the dogs to hunt, right? And when the dogs kill the meat, strangle it, and then cook it and eat it, right? Therefore, you see things that they would eat things like alligator, right? They would eat things like wild hog, you understand? They eating anything, literally, right? So we see that these nations could go out and defile themselves, but Israel should be set apart, right? This is Leviticus 19 and verse 2. It says, speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, ye shall be holy, holy meaning set apart, for I, Yahweh, your God, am holy. So we should be holy because our God holy, right? Set apart, right? So God.
Okay. It's Deuteronomy 12 and 16. Right? Only ye shall not eat the blood, they shall pour it upon the earth as water. somebody stab you and you know you don't bleed out, you basically die. You know, you basically have all your organs, your heart and your brain, but you have no blood, right? So the Most High requested that the life of the bloody, or the life of majority of living things, such as, you know, animals and humans, go back to the earth, right? No awful, right? Even this saying that if you get cut, you know, suck your own blood because it's your own blood, right? You know, that basically nonsense. You know, so the Most High requests that the blood, right, the life of the living thing, go back to you.
This is the book of Ezekiel 44, and we go at 21. The priest shall not eat anything that is dead of itself, right? And according to the scriptures, we Israelite men are like priests, right? So we are the ones that going out and carry this word out on the highways and the byways, right? So we should not eat anything that die of itself, right? Meaning that you have a chicken or anything that clean, any form of meat that's clean, goat, lamb, cow, things like these, right? And it die of itself, like a no seed pass away. As I see when you on and on to, right? Not because it's a clean meat means that I see it dead, so I know nothing and bite it. I didn't see nothing, no snake bite it or nothing like that, right? So I see it die. Means that you could eat it, right? You gotta give that to the other nations and them to eat, otherwise you gotta take it out and bury the carcass, right? The priest shall not eat anything that die, anything that is dead of itself, or torn, whether it be fowl or beast. So you can't eat no chicken, you're minding a turkey and you now see it drop down and it dead, right? You see it's had a beat up whatever it is, but you know you always had that turkey in a clean environment, a clean pen, whatever it is, but it's now dead. So you say what you mean wheat, but that's a waste the meat. No, you can't eat that, right? You gotta get rid of that carcass. You cannot eat something that die of itself, right? It could be chicken, it could be lamb, it could be goat, it could be wherever it is, right? It don't matter if it's a clean meat, it cannot die of itself and be eaten by an Israelite. You cannot sell it to your brother, you cannot sell it to a sister for she to prepare for she family, right? But you could sell it to the other nations as long as it's not an Israelite.
Right? This is the book of Leviticus 7 and verse 23. It says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, you shall eat no manner of fat of ox or of sheep or of goat. Alright, so you're not supposed to be eating no fat. Right, you know, like there are some people who like the fatty parts of the meat, right? The fat, alright? You're not supposed to be eating no fat. Alright, this is verse 26. Jumping down to verse 26. And start at 25. For whatsoever eateth the fat Salakia for whosoever eateth the fat of the beast, of which men offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, even the soul that eateth it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, ye shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast, in any of your dwellings. Right? Whatsoever soul it be that eateth any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Right? So, no fat and no blood, because why? It could be cut off. In other words, Most High could take the spirit away from it, right? And who knows, they can end up bug out and back into the wood. Right?
You can bring out Genesis 25 and from 28.
So this is the book of Genesis 25 and verse 28. Right? And it reads, Isaac, 25 and 20, right?
Yeah.
And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
Continue.
And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me thee with that the same red pottage.
That one?
That same red pottage.
Right, so we see here that Esau is a man that like to eat meat undone. Right? Like to eat meat with the blood in it. Right? Which we show through the scriptures that the Messiah against men or man and woman eating meat that is with the blood. Right? Or even uncooked. Because we know that these so-called Edomites, right? I mean so-called white people, which are known as Edomites in the scriptures, or Esau, love to eat meat undone, right? Call it medium rare, or wherever they have the name of it, they might call the name of it, but they love to eat meat raw, right? Even the Moabites, the Chinese, love things like sushi and to eat certain things, squid and octopus and all these forbidden things that the Mosai say not to eat. They love to eat it raw, right? So if the Mosai say that Israel is a holy people, right, a set apart people, we are not to be doing the things that the other nations keep doing, love to do, right? They can't be set apart, meaning you might have a Mercedes Benz, right? And you have an old van. Two of them is vehicles, yes, but it's not the same thing. One is a van, one is a truck, right? So the Mosai created these other nations and them to be wicked, right? He created the nation of Israel to be holy, right? So we are high class of people. We is not like these Hamites and them, right? That will go out as well and eat. They'll hunt and they'll take all the liver, certain parts of the animal when they now catch it, and while the blood still warm, they'll eat the heart and eat this and that, whatever it is telling us every day, spiritual powers and all these foolishness, right? And we've seen a lot of videos right now circulating that with people eating a lot of rare meat and raw meat. These are things that we need to stay away from, right? This is something that Israel not supposed to be partaking in and saying that, you know, is part of the trend we're going right now. You have to come out of ways of the other nations on them, right? Not everything that these nations do, we should be following, right? Anybody have a closing piece?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth, right? So once again, right, the Mosai chose Israel to be his dwelling place, right? Spiritually, everything, right? The Mosai appointed us to be different from the other nations, right? What is unclean, right, is clean to the other nations, right? And what is clean to the Mosai is supposed to be clean to us, right? So we are appointed to not eat these things, right? These body other nations eat these things. I'm sure if let's say a Moabite eat a back now versus an Israelite eat a back now, right? We know that we gonna get sick first if anything, right? Definitely not the Moabite. This is why certain things won't happen to them, right? Because remember, right now too, right? We we are the chosen Most High. We are the chosen people of the Most High, right? So at the end of the day, if anything happens to us, the Most High appoint these things to happen to us because we are not supposed to be eating these stuff, right? Like for example, when we use our car, right? If you say, well, okay, your gasoline only for the car, right? We're going to pour water in it. Well, of course, you can't drive it. You know, malfunctions, things will get pretty bad, right? Or you might have to replace some part because you basically spoiled it, right? So I remember that we are a holy people unto the Most High, right? And we are supposed to not eating these type of things. So
okay, Leviticus 11, I mean 7 and 23 for just whether the sun come back out now.
yeah.
Bring that one with me.
Alright.
Remember?
24.
Yeah. No. So this is the book of Leviticus 7 and 24. And the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts, may be used in any other use, but ye shall in no wise eat of it.
Look it up.
Gone. So it's a, and the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts, may be used in any other use, right? Any other use, you could burn it, right? Any other use. But, right, read it on. But ye shall in no wise eat of it. So you can use the fat of beasts that torn of itself and these kind of things in any other use, but you cannot eat it. Right? So go on.
Right, so that we like to tell Israel to continue keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Right? Not everything that we see in this world is lawful to do, right? Even with things that we have to eat. Not everything that you see, alright, like a lamb, that is like something clean, a clean animal. But it has an order in how to kill the animal, it has an order in how to eat the meat, right? You can eat the fat, you cannot use the blood to make no type of dish or whatever people just do out in the world, right? A lot of people like to eat this pudding and all this sort of foolishness, right? These are things that Israelites not supposed to be partaking in. Leave the other nations to do these things, right? We are chosen people by the Most High, so we have to move in that manner that we are as royalty, because we is a royal nation of people, right? You don't see royalty moving like if there is someone in the ghetto, right? They move at a certain standard, and knowing the truth, we have to move now in a manner that the Most High appointed us to move in, not be with that same vibration of the world. Meaning, you know the truth, but I like the taste of pudding. I like the taste of whatever sushi or medium rare meat, because I have a so-called white friend, and from small growing up they always bring across this, and I get accustomed to eating it like this, right? When you're in the world, you do things of the world. Somebody that know the truth and love the word of the Most High will walk in the ways that the Most High set before them, right? And not in the ways of man, because when you're on that dying bed, a man can't save you. The only person that can save you is the Most High, right? So we have to walk in the manner that the Most High set before we, and do things in righteousness, right? So with that, we like to say shalom to the nation of Israel. Keep studying, reading, praying, fasting, and doing all that you could to make it into the kingdom to come, right? So with that, shalom.
Shalom.